Always right. So there's this big thing right now going on, right, Michelle? The new KWSE, which is the Keller Williams Sports and Entertainment. Okay, it's a big deal. It's once it's launched, only a few weeks back, it became something pretty exciting, right? Not just in the industry, but also for agents. And you're I'm not sure what's the definition. They call it like a qualified, verified, or what have you, member. Designated. There you go. Designated member and a director of S&E, Sports and Entertainment, out of the South Bay office. So we'd love to start with that, do like a little intro until we're going to have Stacie. So give us some insight about that.
Well, many thanks. I was so excited to see this come about last year when it came. There was a breakout session, I think, either a family reunion or mega camp on it, and we had an opportunity to fill out the application and apply for the designation to work with KW Sports and Entertainment. And let me tell you why that was so important to me. When I first moved to Los Angeles almost 30 years ago now, and started my business, and I've been at KW for 18 of those years, we had a relocation company, and there was a couple of agents here, obviously, who grew up here, spent a lot of time when you could go to training camps and you could go to corporate headquarters for the athletic organizations and get to know the gatekeepers at the front desk, and then some of the players, through your where you worked out and all of that stuff. And we didn't have that advantage. And then without intent, and it's that's a very hard market to break into because of the integrity and the confidentiality of it. And so what happened to us unintentionally is we ended up working with the Raiders organization because a couple of the special teams coaches were interviewing. They were going through spring training as well as some of the players were. And so they were renting. They weren't sure if they were going to get signed on permanently or not. And so we specialized in that with my company, and they came to us to help them find places to live and temporary housing. And so two of them were hired as special team coaches and were with the Raiders when the Raiders were in Los Angeles. You're old enough to remember that. And through our relationship with them, as they were training the rookie players and the rookie players were getting hired, then they would send them to us to either rent or buy. And so we developed a relationship coming in the back door because there were other agents here much longer than we were that even went to school with some of the players who already had that relationship with the head coaches, the HR department, and that sort of thing. But when you're on a practice field and so focused on your career and your coach says, no, go to these people, that's a strong referral system, and it's very, very hard to get. And then after I was at KW and in luxury a couple of years ago, we had a house listed. At the time it was $2 million. Now it would be almost $4 million. That a handler, a manager, called and wanted to see the house for a very prominent athlete in the Los Angeles area. And the conditions were that, and the reason that we got called was because we had the listing. And there's a notice of non-disclosure agreement that you have to sign with all of those. And they wanted to see the house. They wanted to see it after dark. And I said, well, it's not in your client's best interest to see it after dark. And this person said to me, don't worry about those details. We have other people that have already been there, came to your open house, previewed the house. And now the person that I work for wants to see it. Their divorce will be final in 4 days. All the paperwork has been signed. Everything's ready to go, but it's been a highly publicized and very ugly divorce. And this person does not want to be seen in public with their betrothed. They were engaged and they were looking for a house, and it would just cause paparazzi and a scandal. So I agreed to show it to them. And the house was occupied, so I had to talk my client into it. And I signed the non-disclosure agreement, of course. My client she is a musician who played in a lot of girls' bands in the 70s and 80s, and she was moving to Nashville, and she's from Houston. And us Texans kind of, we don't see boundaries or lines. And she wanted to meet this person and know who was going to be in her house. And I said, I can't tell you, and you can't be there. And she was offended. And I said, they think that we might have a glass of wine with your neighbor or your attorney, and you might say, guess who looked at my house? Guess who is going to be buying my house? And that can't get out. So I can't tell you, and you can never ask me again, and you can't just like show up, right? So the procedure was, and it was critical that the garage had controlled access to the house, because they didn't want to be seen by any neighbors.
And Michelle, I'm going to stop you for a second, because we are going to have a dedicated session just for that. I want to open with that because, first of all, congrats for being a designated, sports entertainment director, and that's going to be a big thing. And we're going to hear
Stacie's here
a bit about that. Yeah. So Michelle, thank you for always being available and stepping in to share.
Sure.
I appreciate that, and we're going to hear more from Michelle in the future. Michelle, you're awesome. Stacie States is in the house.
Yay,
Hey,
Stacie.
good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, Stacie.
That's so exciting, Michelle. Congratulations. Adding the sports and entertainment division to Keller Williams International, I think, is a huge move. And regionally, we're going to be focusing on that. The new construction division. And, luxury has had a re-roll out, if that's something that you guys are interested in. I mean, there's just so many good things. Thank you for leading the charge, Michelle.
It is my pleasure. We are very, very excited about all the opportunity that lies in all of that. It's huge, really big.
Yeah, I think I saw Mahogany got accepted into sports and entertainment division, and I haven't seen who else has gotten in so far, but congratulations.
Yeah, we have quite a few, and we're gonna work on a promo campaign. So a little bit about Stacie, right? I mean, most of you know who Stacie is. She came, in a big move from Boise to the West Coast, and took over 2 regions during pandemic, and it felt seamless. Pretty much. It's like you've been doing this for your entire life, which, if to give a little bit about, like in 60 seconds, right? Stacie been with KW about almost 16 years, and she's been in leadership roles for almost 11 years. She started as the Rookie of the Year and grew a successful real estate team. She, one of the biggest TLs of the most successful pretty much market centers in the country, Boise. We're going to hear more about that. She's a coach, she's a mentor. And as I mentioned, she took over 2 regions in our area, the Southern California, the Western region and the Coastal region. And Stacie, good to have you.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I need to update my bio. I guess when I send it out to people, time flies. I think that means I'm getting old, is what that actually means. So honored. I happened into real estate 17 years ago, and has just been a wild and exciting and just amazing ride. It's more than I ever could have thought or provided. And then I got into the leadership side of the business and have loved every single second of that. So if you haven't, I know a lot of people are off camera. I know it's probably because it's a little early there, and so people are listening while they're doing other things, but I would love any questions that you guys specifically have for me. I'm just going to talk a little bit about, first off, what my role is as a region. If you haven't heard from me before, as the regional director, it's my job to help support the 16 offices in the region, provide the best experience for the agents. So most recently, I don't know if anybody on this call was able to come to the Jeff Glover listing clinic that I put on. I know. Oh, good. Michelle, you were there. Yes. That was fantastic. We had a room of about 100 people. And so each quarter, we're looking to bring something really purposeful, probably continue to focus on listings because that's one of the biggest challenges in the market. And we always know listers last. So right now I'm talking with Cody Gibson, who's a fantastic instructor about teaching a listing class and hosting another mastermind. So I'm going to be supporting through education. When the offices have programs they want to roll out, if there's things that they want to know from Keller Williams that are at a higher level, that's what I'm here to do. And then most importantly, I was an agent and I love real estate agents. So I've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes. My husband has been a realtor for 22 years. This last year was his biggest year. I think over 120 homes, over 55 million in sales. And we personally purchased 7 doors, and we have slated this year to purchase 14 more doors. So I have a big focus on a passion for helping agents create wealth, because if we go along our whole careers and we're selling and buying for other people, but if you're not purchasing anything along the way to help create long-term passive income for yourself, I think that's a huge mistake. Get with your accountant the amount of deductions and write-offs and benefits because you're a licensed real estate agent. Like, you get to take so much more advantage of the real estate industry through your taxes than the normal person just purchasing an investment property. So get with your accountant on that because that's a big plus. So I told our leaders on the call yesterday, I feel like it's, what are we, 14 days into January? So officially 2 weeks into January, and this has felt like the longest year yet. It has been a long year in the first 2 weeks of January. So one of the things I wanted, because a lot of what you guys talk about on this call is mindset. So I want you just right out of the gates to check, are you really clear on your intention for 2022? Both as a business owner, because the second you get that real estate license, whether you want to or not, you are officially a business owner. Okay, so number one, what are my intentions for business for the year? Number two, what is my personal intention? Kind of something fun that permeates through Keller Williams International, and you've probably heard this lots of places, but people talk about having like a word for the year. And I look at that again as just another word for intention, right? Has anybody on the call picked a word for the year or their intention? Okay, tell me what they are. Unmute yourself and shout them out, even if you're off camera.
Consistency.
Consistency, love that.
Dominate.
Ooh, Emilio. Okay, Michelle.
Well, mine was stay. I was on a call like this not too long ago, and everyone was saying their word was commitment, their word was intention, their word was energy, their word was focus. And I've had all those words in my 16-year career at KW. And so I said my word this year is to stay committed, stay focused, stay with my intention. So we're staying.
Love it.
Hi,
All right, who
Stacie.
else?
Hi, Stacie. Christine Wheeler, Keller Williams, Calabasas.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hey there. I met you at the Jeff Glover. So nice.
Yes.
To see you on here. So my word is balance, and I'm adding focus to it. But that's my word for the year. Thank you so much.
I love it. Who else?
It's me, Luis. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Luis, and then Joey.
Yeah, it's not a word, but it's a sentence. Massive amount of action.
Love it. Joey?
Impact.
What was it?
Oh, impact.
Okay, love it.
Impact.
Love it, Joey. Impact.
And I have one.
Yes, Alyssa.
Learn and rock, because I'm very new here in this area, in this field, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can to get my job done. That's it.
I love it. You know, one
Mine
of the-
is,
oh, go ahead.
sorry. I was going to say mine is believe in yourself.
Great. You know, in order to sell a lot of real estate, you have to have a level of self-confidence, right? There are some lows that come along with this. And Alyssa, what I want to add on to yours is one of the things that I say in my market center when I'm rolling out our education is I say, learn to earn. We don't just take classes to get educated. We take classes to figure out what we need to learn so that we can get into action so that we can make the money that we want to make and help the people that we want to help. Right. So I think you're 100% dead on. Like, you have to learn in order to earn. And if people skip that phase, they have a hard time.
Yeah, I have a question, if you might
Yeah.
say. I just get into this new business, and I try exactly to learn a lot. Then I can show houses, then I can maybe, I don't know, sell houses. I need just to figure what can I do in this field, what will be my role in this field, right? And then yesterday I have there was a call from my Brazilian friend that she lives here too. I'm Brazilian. So she says, you know what, because you are in this field, maybe you can help me to find some business and not some business, some investment. Maybe I want to buy a home or invest in some home. And I want to give you the commission. I don't want to hire someone else. And then I was thinking to myself, I'm not prepared to do this. Maybe I can stick with another agent and get the referral fee, or she do the job and I can just, mirror her or stay with her just to see how it goes. And another friend that she is a real estate from another company, she says, no, you should go, you need to go. And if you don't know, you ask your mentors, because otherwise you cannot do your first sale. And I am like, I'm not without
Whose
the
office are
confidence.
you in, Alyssa?
I'm from Beach Cities.
Fantastic. So Jake is your team leader.
Yeah.
Is Sonia the coach in
Sonia.
that office?
Yeah.
Great. I mean, no one better than to be learning from those two. And you're right. Like, it's a combination of, you should just go do it. And in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, we talk about the definition of a professional as someone who knows what they know and knows what they don't know and asks for help. So you're on the right track there. I would get in, I would help her, and I would ask questions along the way, or there's always going to be experienced real estate agents that would be willing to do the transaction with you. That's definitely a great way. Manny, do you want to add on to that?
I have a question for you. Eliza, thank you so much for participating. What is we only have a few minutes left, right? And we want to take much more of your time and everybody's time. We are going to go over everybody. So what is your vision? What is your vision to those two regions, the Western region, the coastal region? And if you don't know exactly what it means, Stacie pretty much took over, right, the prime real estate in Southern California, which is all the way up from the mountains of Santa Monica, all the way down to Long Beach coastal, OC border,
Palos Verdes, yep.
All throughout. So what is your vision for the people, our people?
Yeah, number one, I want everyone to sell as much real estate as they have for their goals. So again, that's kind of a trickle up for me, which is being involved with the agent and providing those educational experiences, the opportunities, the masterminds, and then trickling up to making sure that the offices are offering what needs to be offered in order for you guys to hit your sales goals. And then ultimately, nothing else matters except for like growth really is the bottom line. Growth in the agent's individual businesses, and then growth of the region. There are a lot of realtors in Southern California, and I'm going, why aren't more of them at Keller Williams? If you aren't taking advantage of the opportunity for profit sharing, we just went over some of the numbers yesterday. Let me just pull them up super quick. I've got them right here. From Keller Williams International. Let me get to profit share. All right, as a company, this is where we're getting old. Let me zoom in. As a company, Keller Williams International last year shared $190 million back with their real estate agents. Okay, when we did the math, it was over $500,000 a day that people could participate in profit sharing. So I'd also, the goal of the region is to grow. Every office should be really targeting a minimum of 300 agents in their office. So, and we want to grow through you. We don't want to cold call around. We don't want to, find some magical way. So one of the things that you may not have heard yet, but Keller Williams Realty International launched a free real estate school. This is an opportunity for you guys to invite people who are considering getting into real estate, but didn't know what to do. You hook them up with the leader in your office. We talk with them. We do a consultation. We can get them enrolled in the free real estate school. And I know Many has several connections for that. All of your offices almost at this point do. So we want to help you guys through the growth of the region. We want to help you guys get some profit sharing. I know personally, my husband and I, we get about $30,000 a year passively through profit share. It's just amazing, right? You can buy a car, or you could invest in a rental property. Like, you can turn that money into something else. So definitely that's a passion of mine, is making sure that we grow inside of the offices.
Just to add to
yeah.
that, Stacie, just to add on to that as well, the value add, right, for every office specifically is the more agents we have, educated, professional in our community, the more inventory we have. So we can give more, options to our buyers, and we can move the listing even faster. And then we are doing a great job with sharing that information with one another too. So that's a big advantage. Thanks for sharing that, Stacie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a nice byproduct. And there's a lot of buzz in the real estate industry about, oh, profit sharing is dead and this or that. And Keller Williams, their profit sharing model isn't as relevant. I would just say, like, really, $500,000 a day we're sharing with our agents. We're the largest real estate company in North America. Our leader, Gary Keller, was just named the most influential person in the entire real estate space. Like, we've got a great thing going. So there isn't any reason that you guys shouldn't take advantage of referring people to the office. Like I said, we'd rather go through you. I had somebody shoot me a message about luxury real estate division. What I was referring to from that is, when do you think Brady came in? About a year ago, Many?
About a year ago, yeah.
Okay, so Brady Sandhall, he lives in the Palm Springs area. He's in the region right below us. Very successful real estate agent. Grew up, his family actually was in the hotel business. And so his entire life was spent in hospitality, got into real estate, and is very successful. He was asked to lead the Keller Williams luxury division for international. And so they, previously, to be in that division, you had to pay like $1,400 a year. There was this and that. Now you can qualify in, you can just earn in, there's no fee. They've got marketing. It's a special division where there's referrals given back and forth. There's special education that's given every month. So you just have to meet the qualifications. And for each specific area of town, there's going to be different qualifications. So you can get with your team leader, and then they can get with me if they have any questions, and we can see if you qualify for that. Was there any other question beyond? Was that good, Luis? Okay.
No, that's awesome. And we did see him at he was one of your speakers as well, the same day that you did the listing training, and he's brilliant. It's so refreshing, by the way. I haven't been in KW as long as you have, but to see the evolution of what kind of leaders we have in the company.
Yep.
And it's people like all of us. It's an agent that became a leader, that became a what have you. So I think it's very impactful, and I'm looking forward to see what else will come out of that. Yeah.
And as far as what the other thing I think for the region is a couple things. COVID was hard, especially in Southern California. It's been its own thing, and you guys have persevered through that. both regions had record-breaking years for units sold, volume sold. I mean, you guys are getting in there and you're working through this and you're getting it done. And I would also encourage that this is a time for us to come back together. So those of you who have showed up on this call, you're probably the people who show up. So I'm always talking to real estate agents about it is the office's responsibility to provide that environment, the culture, the training, those things, but it's the agent's responsibility to extract the value. Okay, like I can't make you go do this thing. I can't make you learn it. You have to extract the value from the market center. And that is what creates a really synergistic environment, a synergistic, love for the company, and it helps your business grow. So I'd like to continue to see this region really come together as a family, really come together and collaborate. When we post regional classes, I know Jeff Glover's class was $19. So I'm thinking we probably should have had more than 100 people there. So please, we're going to take safety precautions. People are wearing masks. I know the last venue required vaccination. We're trying to take every step that we can to make sure that we're ensuring safety, but I think it is time to come together and collaborate. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that with you guys.
Thanks, Stacie, and looking forward to that growth as well, because you bring sincere passion and commitment to what all of us are here to do. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay. All right, Stacie, we're going to see more of you out there in our team meetings and sessions, and of course in the regional meetings. And thanks again. Thanks again. You're 3 hours ahead, right? So
no, I'm only 1 hour ahead. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Erica, one of the regional owners, is 3 hours ahead of you guys. So she's like eating lunch right now.
Exactly. So that's easy. Stacie,
have a great morning.
Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Good to see you. Bye, Daniel.
Bye, everybody.